Hey guys, so we have a long one today, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I originally had this only at sped up times two, and I had to speed it up times three and four, just depending on the spot. Um, because otherwise we would be looking at close to an hour long video, and no one has time for that. I mean, this is 30 minutes, give or take. So, actually, no, I see it. It's almost 31 minutes. So, so it is going to be a long one. Anyway, um, so just to recap real quick, what's going on in this video is we are going to be undecorating Valentine's Day. This is how old this video is. We are going to be organizing some drawers that I've been meaning to get to, and fun fact, some of these drawers are a complete and utter mess again, so I will have to fix those in the future. Um, but yeah. Oh, and also we're just getting everything done. We got to get it done. Um, gosh, I had like a whole plan for the commentary, and it kind of just like went out of my mind. So, anyway, while I'm making my water here in this video, and yes, I've been trying to drink a lot of water. I no longer have this bottle. I gave it to my sister-in-law and my niece, which I think my niece's boyfriend ended up taking it, which is fine as long as someone's using it. I don't care. I I liked it, but I didn't like the size of it. It was very hard for me to handle. So I did buy a smaller one. Also, I need to go back to writing a list because I feel like I was more productive when I wrote a list. Also, I'm going to be upfront and transparent with you. This video is spread out over probably, I'd have to go look at the timestamps, but I think it was 3 days that it took me to record this. So when I tell you guys that in the past I used to wear the same clothes when I was recording to make it look like I did everything in a day, I wasn't lying. um, and I mean, I think I do that because I don't want people to think like I'm lazy and I can't do stuff. It's not that I'm lazy, it's that I just have a lot of issues, health wise, and it sometimes I have to take breaks after doing certain things. So on this particular day, I did get all the undecorating done on the first day. The second day is when I did like the most of the organizing and stuff. And I'm pretty sure it was 3 days. I don't want to go look at the timestamps though. Anyway, that being said, a few videos back, I talked to you guys about at the end how I would tell you about how I am the middle child, but I feel like I should be the oldest because everything falls on me. And that song from Encanto, Surface Pressure, really relates to me a lot. Um, and I was going to explain what I meant by that. So I'm going to kind of go over what some of the things um, I mean is. So in the song it says, pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop. Give it to your sister's older. Give her all the heavy things we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the ball? If I fall. Anyway, so I feel like everything growing up, everything's always been given to me to handle. Buying presents for our parents, um, making sure things like family ish things got done when it was like a sibling's duty, you know what I mean? Um, just everything was put on me. And when my mom passed away, I I don't know why everyone put me in charge. I was in charge of picking out the casket, planning the funeral, basically plan. Everyone was there, but everyone looked at me like, "What do you want? What do you want? What do you like? Why?" So I had to be the one to sit there and think, "What would my mom want? What would my mom want?" And I had no help at all. And I know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like certain things, like when it came to making the picture boards and stuff for the funeral, my sister-in-law did help me out. But my brothers, they weren't really present for the whole planning and everything. They kind of just left everything to me, and I think part of the issue with that is I didn't get to really grieve. Everything was placed on me to handle, and I think that is why after the funeral I crashed. I mean, I crashed. We got home and I went to lay down and I didn't wake up till the next day, and I just I I still think to this day, I mean, I cry all the time thinking about my mom. And I don't know if that's just, normal emotions. I don't know if that's what I've learned is most likely called survivor's guilt. Um, or if it's the fact that I never really got to grieve. So, um, but yes, now, like, there's some, there's things that come up all the time, and I don't know. I try to do my best. I try to do my best. I really do. Um, when it came to packing up my dad to move, no one wanted to help me. I did it all by myself. Um, and then I got a lot of grief that I took everything of my mom's, but I told them way before I went up there to help my dad pack to get what you wanted. I didn't care to take what they wanted, and I would go through what was left. And no one wanted anything. No one took anything. And then after the fact, it got to where, they were saying, I took everything, I didn't give them a choice, blah, blah, blah. And it just really irked me. Anyway, give me one moment. We're going to take a small break. Lunch break. We've gotten quite a bit done, so I am taking a lunch break. I'm having this twisted Asian salad kit, and you saw me make my water. I still have a little bit of coffee left. This is my second cup of coffee. Did I need a second cup of coffee? Probably. Should I've gotten a second cup of coffee? Probably not. But anyway, lunch break. Sorry. Talking about it sometimes gets me a little heated. But anyway, that was Sleepy and Hungry by Bagel. I don't know. That's what it says in the description. So, anyway. So yeah. Now there's some things coming up with my dad that I just don't want to talk about until we have more answers and stuff like that. So, I hope that, years from now, when it is my dad's time to go, that there's someone to help me, because I am a daddy's girl all day long. Okay. So I don't know if I can emotionally, mentally handle losing my dad. And I have a feeling that it is going to fall on me again to handle everything. And I don't know if I will be able to handle that. So I don't know. I know maybe I should talk to my brothers about it, but at the same time, I don't know if they could. What am I trying to say? I don't know if they have the emotional capacity to handle it either. I think my brothers keep their emotions bottled up like I do. Um, and what's sad is I'm the emotional one out of everyone. I cry at everything, but like certain emotions, mainly anger, I keep bottled up. And I kept a lot of anger bottled up after my mom passed away. And I was angry at a lot of things. And um very um yeah, I mean, I don't really want to speak on some of the things, but I was angry. Very angry. And forgiveness there has not taken place. There is no forgiveness right now, and where we are spiritually. So we're just going to leave it at that, because I know everyone has their own path, and I feel like I will have a lot of people telling me that I have to make peace spiritually before I can be healed and everything. The problem is that a lot of my anger isn't just spiritual. It is a lot of other things. Like, I was a very, very, very horrible teenager, especially to my mom. Um, and I have a hard time forgiving myself for acting that way, for being that kind of child, for, I mean, I just, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it except for I was really horrible. And I feel like my mom and I's relationship started getting better when I was in my 30s. um, to be quite frank and honest, I mean, in my 20s, it was getting better, but I think it got really good when I got to be in my 30s. And then to lose her before I felt like things could be not perfect, because nothing's ever perfect, but you know what I mean? Um, it just, it felt like I was robbed. And that's the only way I could really explain it. I felt like that, my life was getting to a point where I was actually really happy with how everything in my life was going. And then my mom was taken away from me, and now it's like I don't know what I need to be happy anymore. And honestly, sometimes I feel like being here, like not in this earth, but I mean in this state. I know going back to Indiana is not going to make me happy. I hate Indiana with a passion. But I also feel like, Florida is not where I'm meant to be anymore either. And I don't know if I feel that way because this is where my mom always wanted to come and basically live, and now she can't. So it kind of like I don't want to be here sort of thing. I don't know. I just know that even before we moved to Port Charlotte, even I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I felt like this isn't home for a while now. And again, I don't know if it's just because I haven't grieved properly, or I'm not healing properly, or whatever. And I don't know. And it could be because, besides here in Indiana, I haven't been anywhere else since my mom passed away, except for, like driving through Georgia and stuff like that, stopping along. But I haven't really been anywhere besides here in Indiana. And it could be that, I just need to escape for a while. I just need to go somewhere that's not here and not Indiana. And then maybe I will be more grateful for being here. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. I just know that emotionally and mentally, I'm not happy here anymore. And I don't know if it's because I haven't been anywhere else since my mom passed away or what. So I don't know. I mean, food for thought. You'll have to let me know what your opinions are on that. Do you think, maybe if I go somewhere that's not here or Indiana, if maybe things will be a little bit better? I don't know. I just know a lot of things have changed since my mom passed away that don't necessarily make me the happiest person, and it's stuff that I'm still trying to deal with, and I feel like things happened before I was ready for them to happen. And again, not everyone runs on my timeline, and it's not fair for me to expect them to, but it's really hard to explain. Emotionally, I wasn't ready for any big changes, and big changes did happen. And I have a lot of anger towards it still, and it's hard for me to get past the anger. It's hard for me to be happy about certain things, and right now I'm just tolerable. I tolerate the changes. I tolerate what's happened, and I don't think it's fair to everyone involved, but I also don't know how to change that. So I don't know. You're going to have to let me know. Cuz I don't know. I honestly don't know. Anyway, let's have another song before we end this.
So casually keep diving into bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter, bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic, dream at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter, 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 think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby.
All right, so that was Better Kind of Bitter by Peachy Pavement. Isn't that so fitting for what we were just talking about? Anyway, so we are currently cooking dinner in the video. This night I made biscuits and gravy because, you know, everyone needs to have breakfast for dinner at least once a month. I try to do it more often than that because I love breakfast food and I can't really tolerate breakfast food in the mornings anymore with all my stomach issues. So for me, having breakfast for dinner is great. So, yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. I almost want to put on another song because I have no idea what else to talk about. Um, let's see. What should we talk about next time? I really would like some ideas on things. Maybe you guys want to hear about any stories you want to hear about. I try to talk to you guys about, you know, my life and stuff like that because I feel like, you know, just sitting here explaining what I'm doing is kind of stupid because you should know what I'm doing. I'm cleaning. Everyone knows how to clean. At least I think everyone knows how to clean. Whether they like to clean or not, I think everyone knows how to clean. Um so I really would like to know what you guys would like to talk about. And I think I can't. Did I take anything off the top shelf in this video or not? Because I know for the longest time I only been washing stuff on the bottom shelf because the top shelf does not clean anything at all. They have yet to come fix the dishwasher. They've come and looked at it. I told you guys that in the previous video. But as of yet, they have not brought a new one or come to fix the current one. So who knows? I still been washing stuff on the bottom rack. Oh no, see, I'm still putting stuff on the top rack here. So I'm so dumb. Because here's the thing. I was taking stuff off the top rack the next day when it wasn't clean and putting it on the bottom rack to clean it, but then I'd put more stuff on the top rack. Like, how it took me forever to figure out that the top rack dishes weren't even getting wet. They weren't getting clean whatsoever. So I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out, but it did. And I'm quite embarrassed about it. But yeah, uh, that dog, he is always in the kitchen when I'm cooking. And I know some people have issues with that. I'm fine with it because he doesn't jump up on the counter or anything like that. He kind of just stands there waiting for food to fall, which, whatever. But yeah. I love making gravy in a skillet. I usually use my cast iron. My cast iron's actually in the garage, and they all need to be sanded down and re-seasoned. So eventually I will do that. I just don't have storage for it in the house, and so I don't want it in the house because it don't have storage. But these pans, these are the rocks, I don't know, but they were really good pans, and it made actually really good gravy. So I was shocked, but yeah, I love making gravy in a skillet because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you just get a better result. And I shouldn't say that because usually I make it in my cast iron Dutch oven, but when I don't do that, I make it in the skillet. And I only make it in the Dutch oven if I have to make a lot. This made a lot of gravy. I actually have some in the freezer because I made so much I froze some. So there's that. But yeah, I make the banquet sausage. Those are my favorite sausage links. I do not like sausage except for those. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I like sausage gravy. I like sausage McMuffins, but like sausage links, I only like the banquet ones. So don't ask me. That's what I like. So anyway, but yeah, biscuits and gravy. They are one of my favorite meals. And usually I would make eggs and stuff with this, but because of my stomach issues, I can't eat that much anymore, and I should have at least made some eggs for my husband, but I didn't. And I mean, he was fine. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, it is getting close to that time, so I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Comment down below any ideas that you would like to see in the future. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.